Hi, my name is Anna Elizabeth, and we're gonna have a chat today about something I was called to tell you. You know those things that continuously follow you in life, like trust issues, fear of not being enough, fear of abandonment, doubt, jealousy, this and that. Those parts of you are coming forward to be integrated with you. What does integrating mean? Integrating means this. Let me explain a couple of things before I tell you what. Well, integrating is when you take a fragment of you, like the part of you that struggles with jealousy, and you integrate it into your soul to heal it. What I'm going to teach you today, which is I've been doing it for a bit and now I feel called to share with you, is basically take that part of, and this is a very literal thing, take that part of yourself, see it, talk to it, call it forward, push it into your body. That's what you're going to do. If you don't already know, you're fragmented. Okay, so there are parts of you, the trauma self is not just one, it's a bunch of parts, right? And that trauma self, before you make it conscious and you bring it into your body and you integrate it, is controlling you. You're acting out of that fear, out of that feeling, and by calling it in, you can once and for all not act out of it anymore. Okay, so let me explain first what needs to happen first before you're able to do this ritual, because that's what it is, a small ritual to bring in the fragmented part of yourself. You need to go through a process. It's a natural process of healing. You heal as you look at the parts of yourself that do not align with your highest vibration, and you tackle them, you heal them, you don't let them control you until you get to a point where it's not a thing in your life anymore. So first you have to go through that, right? But if you're here, I believe you're ready. And if you're not, you can come back to this if you wish. So, let me explain something to you. Let's talk about jealousy, because that one's coming up. Let's say you used to struggle with jealousy, right? And then you had relationship after relationship and jealousy kept coming up, and you're like, I don't want to be this person anymore. And you either find a way to dance it out of your body, you do therapy, you practice, you do it as in your daily routine in your relationship. Every time you feel jealousy, you go into yourself, you cry, you feel it, you give yourself the space, right? And you get to a point where it's like, hey, I'm fine. This is not really a thing, or it isn't as strong as it once was. Then something funny happens. This has happened to me over and over and over again with absolutely everything. There is one last time where this feeling, and this is where you gotta pay attention. This is where it's your moment to shine, baby. I'm gonna read exactly what I said here. Jealousy, for example, it will come back one last time as a very strong feeling, experience, as a person, dream, or even a panic attack. This is your moment to shine. You let yourself know, hey, I have been doing my healing, bitch. I know I have. And this has not been a thing. Why is it coming back? Instead of allowing yourself to go into the to believe, because it's all in your mind. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna go through the experience. You're gonna feel the jealousy, all of this. But what you're gonna do, it's not allow it to control your. How do I explain this? It's an experience. It's a moment, right? It's not about it controlling your life. You're not gonna allow it to explode outwards. You're not gonna yell at your boyfriend. You're not gonna act out of it. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna feel it. And it's gonna feel like it's lasting forever. Like all the healing that you have done meant shit, and you're caught up in it. That will end. It will be, depending of how much time, let's say you're going through your day, you don't really have time to, let's say you're going through your day, you don't really have time to hone in and feel it. But let's say once you get home, it could last a few hours, it could last 30 minutes, it could last 15 minutes, it could last 10 minutes, it could last 5. Depending on how strongly you allow to start, it's not about allowing yourself. It depends on how strongly you're feeling it in that moment. Because this is a thing it's happening for you. And that's quite literal. It's happening for you. It's like, you're not making it happen. It's just happening and you're just there like, feeling it all. So, once all this has happened, this is when your time to integrate comes. And here's where I'm going to show you something really fun. I am really hoping that this is something that you can connect to and know what I'm talking about, because this is something that's so deeply personal to me and to my healing journey. But I came here to help anyone who's watching this heal, and help the world heal, and help millions of people heal, so we can all stop suffering so much, because it's completely unnecessary at times, honestly. So, now that I explained all that to you, we're gonna slow it down. If you're still here, congratulations. So I pulled some cards, my personal little deck that I made from my personal deck. And basically the information that I got from this collective is that you're healers, and you probably have help. You probably have heard that before. But you're not healers in the same. You could be, but it's. You know what? Let's be hella specific today. Let me bring you closer. Yeah. So. Let me lower that just in case you can hear that. Okay. You're healers in the sense that your creations are healing. Don't think about the Reiki that you're gonna do, or you could do these things. It's okay. It's up to you. It's your life. But the Reiki that you're gonna do, or you're gonna become a therapist, or this or that, it's not about that. You are gonna heal people with your creations. Like me right now. I'm creating this. Or perhaps you create art, or you make pottery, or you write poetry, or I don't know, you preach on the street. I don't know. Whatever you want. Your creations. Whatever lights you up. And yeah, basically you're in a period of change and stagnancy, which is quite funny that those two go together. But by being it's like a hermit energy, if you know tarot. It's about going within, right? And being in the darkness, and it can be a very still process. Like, if I can talk to you about myself, I'm living in a space that I don't love. I'm romanticizing it though, but I don't love it. But I am in this period where, like for example, let me just be really specific. My shower experience is not that fun. I don't really like that shower. So I don't really want to shower in there. I just, real quick, get out. The kitchen is not a place where I like cooking, but I don't like cooking here. Here I'm making 15-minute meals. I'm pushing it. 15 minutes. Like, wow, you're going crazy. 10-10. Yeah, this is really good for y'all. This is really, really good for you and for me. I don't really want to cook. So all of my energy goes towards creating, because this is the only thing that I enjoy doing. If I was in an environment that was more stimulating, that I enjoyed more, I would probably go swimming. I would probably, which I deserve these things. These things are gonna happen, but Spirit has me here for a reason. I haven't been making these videos, and being in this environment got me to the point where I'm like, oh, I need to teach. So you're in a very similar environment. But as I was saying, so I can finish, if I was somewhere else, I would go swimming. I maybe would even go for a hike or walk, or I would spend hours cooking, or because I like cooking, I really do. I'm remembering right now, it's like, oh, remember when I used to like cooking? I haven't properly cooked anything in months. I mean, I've cooked, but not like I used to, like hours of cooking, prep, this and that. I don't take hours in the shower or bath. I'm just like, let's create. So you're probably being called to do the same. I'm feeling some tension in here. Okay. So if you please, I would like to call you to take a deep breath. And I want you to hold it. You can do this after I explain. And I want you to hold it. And as you hold it, I want you to imagine the breath that you took in going into your left shoulder. Right here, where your shoulder connects with your neck. I want you to imagine that going in there as this golden light. And it's swirling around in there. And as it's swirling in there, you see darker energies in there. Nothing bad, nothing evil. Just they're not as shiny as the golden energy that you're putting in there. And as you do this, I want you to say these words. Archangel Michael, or Michael, however you want to call him, please come forth and stand before me. Archangel Michael, please come forth and stand before me. As you do this, and you keep imagining the golden light going into this, this area, and you're holding. Once you're ready, let out the air and imagine any stagnancy in that area going out. And Archangel Michael, that's standing right in front of you, is catching that, and he's transmuting it and giving it back to you and putting it back in this area. But he'll do that on his own time. So let's do it. And now just breathe normally. I'm getting really hot. One second. Okay. If you don't, what was that? If you don't believe in angels or archangels, it doesn't matter. He was still there. And okay, moving on, baby girls. Here's where the fun part begins. So, look at me. Look at me. Think of, I integrated so much shit today. I'm gonna tell you one. I am not enough. That's one I integrated. I'll explain to you how to do it in a moment, but how do I know I was ready to integrate it? Because I have been processing and healing and healing and healing. I am not enough, right? And I'm like, why is this still here? And then I remembered, oh wait, I can integrate with these things. How does this look like? This video is for everyone watching it. But more than anything, and I want to push you guys towards a specific line, towards a specific path. So I'm going to be a little bit more technical with you. I'm not going to spoon feed so much. I'm not going to make the why is this looking so weird? Let's stop recording for a moment. One second. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, that works. I'm not gonna spoon feed so much, and I'm gonna tell you things as they are. I feel like a lot of us, including you, healers, creatives, we dim down our light or change up what we actually mean to have other people understand us. I'm not doing that so much here. I am still doing it, but not so much. So let's get to this. So, I am not enough. This part of me, was standing right in front of me. I am someone that can see the unseen, sometimes even predict things through the archangels. They can be called a myriad of ways. I just call them archangels. Through the archangels. So this part of me was standing right in front of me. I am not enough. It has its own clothing. It has its own. It maybe can look like your 5-year-old self or your 16-year-old self, or it can look like a distorted ball of energy. It can look a myriad of ways, and whoever I'm talking to, you have the capabilities to feel, see, or hear. Hearing is the least reliable way of connecting with the ethereal. But you can. Okay, so you can see, hear, or feel what's standing right in front of you. I have the capability of seeing in my mind's eye. So you're gonna be able to see this being. You have gone through your healing. You have gone through the experiences. You have felt this emotion go through you, and you didn't let it win. Now it's time to integrate. So this being is standing right in front of me, right? And I'm gonna mix the stories up to just explain to you what happened. But last night I was sitting in the balcony, and I was feeling funny, and I sat down on a chair, and I put a chair right in front of me, and I'm like, sit down. What's going on? These parts of you want to integrate with you. Some of these parts will not want to integrate because they feel safer that way. You feel safer that way. Remember, you are one with everything. With the tree, with the curtain, with this bottle, with me. You're one with absolutely everything, and you can look through the eyes of the eagle, of the birds flying up there, if you're able to concentrate enough that way, right? You are one with absolutely everything, and everything is a sign, because everything is a reflection of yourself. So you are always communicating and talking to yourself. The universe is always communicating and talking to yourself, to you. There is no such thing as a coincidence. So that being said, I was sitting there. This version of me was sitting in front of me. I integrated a shit ton last night and today. So I'm gonna talk to you about one version. It was little me. I was like 5 or something, around that age, 5, 6. And I had my blondish hair when I was little, so like that. I was small, I was skinny, I had red eyes. And I'm not gonna go into depth about that, but as I said, these beings can look whichever way you can think. Like people, I'm sure you have heard this before. Superheroes are real. What they show in the Marvel movies, it's real. The cartoons, those things are real. So basically, this version of me is sitting right in front of me. The kid version of me, she was ready to integrate. She wanted to feel safe, and I did a bubble around her and pushed it into me, and I could feel it. Right? You will feel it in different ways, different feelings, or different fragmented parts of yourself will feel different when you integrate them. Some will be more intense, some will be just like, hey, come in, and it will be like, ooh, okay, that was interesting, moving on. Some of them, you will probably twitch, your eyes will probably start moving on their own. Yeah, you will probably shake. Things like this will happen. I'm actually gonna do a demonstration of one. Hopefully it's not too much of a weird one. That's what I'm hoping, because I would like to keep that to myself. I don't need memes made of me in the future, or me made fun of. That's a fear of mine. Maybe that's what I'll integrate later. We'll see. But yeah, basically, what's the fun part of all of this? Once you integrate that shit, baby girl, it's over and done. It will not follow you ever again. Imagine feeling enough. Imagine not doubting yourself ever again. Imagine feeling confident all the fucking time. How cool is that? How cool is that? When I see these parts of myself, and this is a tricky part, I know you're strong enough, I know you can do this, but it's a tricky part. For example, this feeling came forward, and it basically was not feeling capable, but the way, it's like each one of them has a name, and the name for this one was, I can't do this. I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. When this being came forward, I felt like that. I felt like I can't, I am not capable. I felt down. But also another big part of me was like, of course I fucking can. And if you're here, you know you have wings. Use them. How do you use them? You can, your wings develop as you heal. My wings have developed to the point where they're dry and strong. What does that mean? You know when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon, it's not ready to fly right away. Its wings are like soft and wet, and it needs time to strengthen and become stronger. And, well, to strengthen and dry up. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, to become stronger and dry up in a way. Like, get ready to be used, you know? Used and abused. Because you're gonna, as an earth angel, you came here to work, baby. Yeah, you did. That was a little triggering for me. But let's keep going. Wait. What is this? Feeling something in my solar plexus. That's probably what I'm gonna integrate later. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna show you. But first, I wanna explain to you. One second. I wanna explain to you how do you do this. How do you take that jealousy that we were talking before and never feel that bitch again? This is so fun. So, I wrote it down, so I keep looking down because, okay. You have already gone through it all. Perhaps these parts of you come forth to talk to you. Perhaps they don't. Perhaps they... Such a weird feeling, and this is what I have to integrate in a bit. But I'm not gonna let it take over. So, perhaps this part of you come forward. This parts of you come forward, or a part of you comes forward, and you feel it, and you're like, "Ooh, you're around. Let's let you go." Like you're feeling like I'm not enough, or you're feeling like I'm doubting, or I'm feeling I can't do this. What you're gonna do is, "Hey, I can't do this. Come. What's going on?" This part of you will probably talk to you. And depending on your abilities and how developed they are, you will either feel it, see it, or hear it. Right? If you feel like you're at a place where you can't feel it, you can't hear it, or you can't see it, you can always feel it. Bottom line, our powerful feminine part of us, regardless of your gender, but that high priestess, that intuitive being within you, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that intuitive being within you will always feel. And especially if you're in this video, I'm sure you're not desensitized to the point where you don't feel. So even if you can't hear or you can't see, you will always feel. If you can hear it and see, even better. You can have a full-on conversation with this bitch. So you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna be like, okay, I hear you. To stop recording, I had to do a bunch of things. This was recorded all in one go, just so you know. If you see any cuts, it's because I was either going off topic too much, or it stopped recording. So, let's get down to business. How do you do this? This thing comes to you, and you're like, okay, let's integrate. You're gonna do this first. You're not gonna throw this on your hands. It's just to show you. You're gonna imagine 2 portals opening up in each hand. It's a thick, almost like fairy lighty, golden energy. It's and it's swirling and it's swirling and it's swirling, right? And you're going to imagine those 2 swirls opening up on each palm. You can decide how softly and how strongly you push this energy out, right? So now, once these portals are opened, the way you open them again is with the power of your mind. Your mind controls the energy, how the energy arranges within your body. So, you're going to imagine that, and once you feel the portals opening, you can do this as quickly or as softly and slowly as you wish. If this is your first time doing it, I recommend doing it slowly so you can actually feel. You're actually going to be able to feel this movement in there. That golden energy. Before or after you do this, what do you think? After you do this, you're going to call forth the highest vibrations, and you're going to call forth Archangel Michael. Calling already the golden energy, it's already calling upon the highest vibrations, so it's like just a little extra step. So first, portals in your hands. Second, call upon Archangel Michael. You can call him Michael, Michael. Today he wants to be called Michael. He's right here, he's always with me. He is gonna aid you in the transmuting of these energies. Calling him forward is very important. So he's gonna stand right next to you, whatever he's gonna stand, just call him forward. How do you do this? Portals are open. Michael, Archangel Michael, whichever name you please to use, could you please come forward to help me integrate these energies? He'll always say yes. He wants to help you heal. Now, you're going to connect. It's like a pyramid. 3 points. 1, 2, 3. The being standing right in front of you is the third point. These are 2 points. The pyramid shape is very powerful. You're going to imagine this thick golden energy going out, creating kind of like a bubble around this being standing in front of you. As you do this, you're going to imagine it right in your mind's eye, covering it all up. Now, once this being is all covered up, you're gonna tell it, we're ready to integrate. Are you ready to integrate? Right? You're gonna ask it if it's ready to integrate. Depending on your gifts, you'll feel it, you'll know it, this and that. If the being does not feel ready to integrate, then you're gonna start talking to yourself why this is the best thing to do. How do you know this? You feel it. Again, I said I'm not gonna spoon feed you. I'm gonna tell you things as they are. You're gonna feel it, okay? Trust yourself. No bullshit. So you're gonna feel it, and once you have reminded yourself why it is that you want to go above that and above this, and raise your vibrations above this. Now you take this, and you can either pull it forward with your energy, or you can use your hands. I like using my hands. And you push this into your body, depending on how strong it is. Your body will start moving, twitching. Your eyes probably will start moving, depending on how strong it is. Sometimes it will just be a shiver. Right. So you push it within you. That's done. That's done. There's something else, Gabriel. There's Gabriel. Funny. I'm calling on Archangel Gabriel. He hasn't been around. Is that it? I went on a deleting spree on my phone, and now I could keep recording. That is it, baby girls. You just have, or baby boys. That's all you have to do. And it's over and done. Doubt, I can't do this, I'm not enough. All those things. Jealousy will not touch you any longer. Once you do that, you might feel strong energies in different parts of your body, different parts of your energetic centers. Tapping helps. Light tapping is even more strong, and you will feel like chills or shaking or something. It's just like coming out of you. There's a way of shaking that out of you. Dancing, you might feel like, I integrated it, but I need to shake it off. What I showed you is all it's necessary, but depending on how strong the energy is and how deep it goes, how much you'll have to do. I'm running out of storage. So I wanted to do a demonstration. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Is there something that's coming forward? Don't hide. Don't hide. Come forward, please. What is it? I already integrated that. That's not it. So I heard I can't do this, and it's like, no, that's not you. I already integrated that. This part of me doesn't want to integrate. It's hiding out. Like I could feel it standing behind me, and it's like this, and I'm like, come forward. It's okay. It is safe to be here. Okay, so I'm pushing it here, pushing it right in front of me. I'm opening the portals in my hands. I'm doing it. I usually do this with my eyes closed, but just to make sure this doesn't stop recording while I'm doing this, I'm doing it with my eyes open. Mikael, can you please come forward? He's already here, so I'm just doing that for demonstration. I'm gonna cover this part of me, but I need to know what it is. I can't integrate it without knowing. Can you please stop hiding? It has revealed to me what it is. Can you repeat that? It is afraid of being rejected. Fear of rejection. Thank you so much for coming forward. You will not regret this. I'm coding it. I was doing it already as I was standing here. I was already coding it with the golden energy. I'm gonna stand in a better position so I can be right in front of it. Just checking it didn't stop recording. Oh. So, what was that? I felt it, I pushed it in, then felt it come into my solar plexus. Some of them will activate different parts of your energetic centers. This one was very solar plexusy, and then it came out to my throat and I felt like, almost like puking, but not really. It's almost like my throat was opening up. I'm enough. And the people who love me will accept me for who I am. I will not stop shining because that just makes me ugly. I'm not dimming my light because I'm too pretty for that shit. So that's a demonstration. I am marveled. What was that? Marveled at the fact that it has to stop recording. I'm having a moment, of course, because that was intense. So what happens now? I'm going to give you an example. You will be in situations. I'm going to give you an example, as I said. So usually when I'm reading, I want to finish a chapter before I close the book or finish reading, because I felt like I wasn't enough and like I needed to try really hard. And after I integrated this, I noticed that I read like a paragraph. It was like bullet points, and I read half to the bullet point, and I just put I was like, I'm gonna go do something else. And I just put the bookmark on it and closed it, and I was like, wait, I'm acting like I know I am enough. I don't need to finish this chapter to be enough. So you'll notice that it's easier to act out of alignment. Not out of alignment. It's easy to act in alignment. You'll still find yourself in moments like I just did just now. I was making my accent. I said marveled. And I said, what was that? Kind of like in a way of bringing myself down, so other people wouldn't, right? But now I am aware of it. And it will be easier to not act out of fear of rejection. So I'm opening up and telling you that, so you get what I'm saying. We're done. I want to read something here. After all is said and done, you might notice you forget like it was never a part of you. What I integrated yesterday, I can't remember. It's like it left me. It's like it's a part of a different reality. It's almost like you are quantum leaping, right? Yeah, I've explained everything. I hope you get to use this for your greatest good. Remember, everything is an illusion except your truth. And yeah, have a marvelous day. Bye.